Alright fellas, welcome back to the channel. I'd like to thank everybody for watching and all the new subscribers. Really means a lot. It's really making the difference. Anyhow boys, alright, so today's breakfast we're gonna have this AC unit, for whatever reason, is not wanting to wake up for work. It should look like this AC unit, so we should be set to Celsius, which I might have to change that. The first things first is let's get the unit working and let's try to figure out why this unit is off. So right away I notice a little bit of grit and grime right here, boys. So I think that would be probably the first path to start chasing down. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these. These are just little like pull out grates. I'm gonna pull that out and check that filter housing, boys. It doesn't look too bad. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get that all cleaned up. And the next thing is I'm gonna check this fan. It's got some debris on there. It's got some debris on there, fellas. Let me see, what is this one? And that is a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, cool. So I will put this one back. Okay, that one back in place. Yeah, so I'll bring a little brush and I'll get this all cleaned off. We'll see where that gets us, but I don't want to get sidetracked on the cleaning. Let's check these filters, and this filter looks shot. So this is the condenser and this is the evaporator, boys. I'll have to look up some filters for this guy. I don't happen to have any offhand, boys. And then this unit is just another filter. So let's get to the meat and potatoes and let's see why this guy did not want to wake up for work today. So we have our power on, so we're gonna go ahead and leave the power on. And let me get the special little slotted key that will open this housing. There we go. It is looking like everything is normal, boys. I see one guy right off the top. Looks like this guy's tripped right here. So he is number 01-5F57. I'm pretty positive that is probably the AC unit. But let me go ahead and check and find out right here, since this thing does have a drawing. And look at, there happens to be some new filters here too. So this is a German engineering company, and these drawings are from Germany. So they are a little bit different than the American standard, but I had found it, and there's not a lot of information given as to titling and describing the unit, the AC unit. So the way I found it is I found the supply line voltage, which is right here, L1, L2, L3, 3-phase 480 volt, and then I kind of followed the segments, you know, after digging through a bunch of this stuff, and I found the name brand of the AC unit, which is a Rittal, and then I found the number of the overload contactor setup that it is running off of, that it's operating off of. So let me go ahead and put this book back, and here we are at F57, and we are in the trip position. That is who I was looking at earlier. And then yeah, 12.5 to 9 amps. So this is a overload contactor setup. Turn them all the way off and then reset. Then I'll go get my amp meter and we will take a little reading off of that. All right fellas, we got the amp clamp and we are set to amps AC, boys. Amps AC. And let me throw my little glove on. So amps AC, let's go ahead and slap him on there, and let's see, he's at 0.3 amps. The unit is on, but I don't think it's cycling yet. So it's saying 38 Celsius, so he might not be calling for cool yet. So I will have to wait around until he does call for cool. Meanwhile, we're at 0.3, so we are looking good, and we are not calling for cool yet. So meanwhile, while we're waiting to call for cool, boys, I'm gonna go ahead and start changing out some filters. But before I change out these filters, I want to kind of brush this thing up. I want to get some of that debris off, because I don't want that getting sucked in and going into this control cabinet right here, boys. So let me pull you guys off camera, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna clean this bad boy up, and then we will see what we can see. All right fellas, so we are back. I just got done scrubbing down this little condenser fan, and we will put him back in here, fellas. All right, so let me get him back into the desired slots. We have no power to this guy right now. Let me get his connectors all connected in. There we go. There's one, and there is two. Get him back up. He's looking good. And right here I got my little tool, and I got the 4 little screws. All right, fellas, so there he is, all screwed in, looking nice and beautiful. So let me get these filters changed. All right, boys, I got the 3 new filters. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap out this first dirty one. But before I swap that out, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit. All right, boys, so I tried to clean that bad boy, and he is not getting any better than that. Got the filter changed. Let's get him back in place. All right, fellas, there he is. All right, so all filters have been changed. Now let's try to deal with the problem originally at hand. So I'd already reset this bad boy one time, and then he amped out, or he didn't amp out because I had the clamp meter on there, and the overload tripped. So what is tripping this overload, boys? That's what I want to know. So there is the overload up there. Let me get my gloves on. All right, so the overload. So what do we got? So we got the overload. Let's reset them. Put the amp clamp on there. We're drawing 15 amps. Ooh, why are we drawing 15 amps, boys? That is a little bit too much. So he's drawing 15 amps. All right, fellas, so when I kicked this bad boy on, I just heard a bunch of humming coming out of the AC unit, right? So I have disconnected the motor so that I can verify that the humming is either coming from or not coming from the motor. So as soon as I disconnected the motor, because that's where I thought the humming was coming from, the humming was not coming from the motor when I switched it on. The humming was coming from the compressor, and in result of that, we were drawing 15 amps. So let me go ahead and make sure that this thing has the proper voltage feeding into it, and we're gonna go from there, boys. All right, fellas, here we are. So we are right here, and let's find out what the voltage is. We got 480, 480, and 480. We are looking good on the voltage, boys. So what do we have down here? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. And we'll go to continuity. We'll go to continuity, and now we'll check the ground. Okay, so nothing to ground. Let me make sure those terminals are tight. So before I go start checking those terminals, I'm gonna go ahead and shut the unit off, because we don't need the unit on for that. So there it is. The unit is off, boys. And I will check if these terminals are tight, fellas. Okay, a little bit more. A little bit. Okay, a little bit loose. Okay, that is good. That one is good. That one is good. And that one is good. Let me go ahead and flip that overload on. And now we'll check ground. I will check, okay, continuity from leg to leg. Okay. Alright, so they all look solid. Let me go ahead and tighten up these control wires. Okay, those are good. And those are good. Okay. So yeah, so the span is from 9 to 12.5, and it's supposed to be set at 10.5, but for some reason it was almost to the max. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip this bad boy back on and see what he does. Yeah, he is humming. Yep, that AC is taking a crap, yo. Oh man, that's not good. Sheesh, boys, that sucks. Alright, so I got the power off, boys, and I'm gonna go ahead and lock this guy out, and then we will let me take the load off the AC, because I can't get a meter on that bad boy. So let me go ahead and take the load, take the cap off the AC. I'll take the AC load off the circuit, and we'll see what that does. All right, fellas, I got the AC unit leads all taped off. Let me pull them away from everything, and we'll go ahead and cycle this unit on, and I'm sure it's gonna run. Now, if you guys are asking, why don't I open this cabinet door? This cabinet door takes a special key. Something with the manufacturer, when they installed this, they had put a special key on this door, and I don't have the key. So one of the booger eater engineers has this key, and they are not here yet. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this fan back in, and I'll put the fan back up there, and I will put in one screw to hold the fan in place just for testing purposes. So the overload is in the position. All right, here we go. Power is on. So this thing has the other fan that is blowing. So we're at 38 Celsius. I don't know when the call for cool is, but it looks like everything is functioning with the exception of the AC unit. So now let's take an amp check and let's see what we are reading when the little fan kicks on. Okay, so we're still waiting for this little fan to kick on, so that it just went up to 39 Celsius. So he should be calling here at maybe about 40. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check that we have the proper voltage going to the AC unit now that we're not humming and just about to fault out. Boom, boom, 480, 480, 480, and our fan is on. Yup, he is sucking like a big dog. And we are at 0.5 amps. So we have the condenser fan, we have the evaporator fan, everything on with exception of the compressor, and we're at 0.5 amps. As soon as we put the compressor load back on the circuit, he shoots up to 15 amps. So that is a problem. All right, fellas, we are back. So we are at another unit, basically the same as the past unit. This is an identical AC unit. So we want to open up these doors now that I got the key and see if we can access those start and run capacitors to see if we can figure out what's going on with this compressor. Meanwhile, spoke with the engineers and they are going to get another unit on order, but for the moment we want to see what we can do because they want to get through one of their processes, which takes about an hour. So I got the unit locked out and we are going to go ahead and head into this cabinet and see what this unit looks like. So this cabinet is the cabinet that holds all the drives for all the motors on the unit. And here's what looks like the back of the AC. And from looking on the inside of the AC, I don't see a little access hatch. It's not looking good. Here's the model number, and it looks like in order to get this AC open, unless it's just this outer panel, I'm gonna have to disconnect the power and pull this rear panel off. I'd have to probably take this off and get this rear panel off to access that, which is fine. We're just trying to think here, boys. Think what we can do. All right, so it looks like I'm gonna have to take that panel off. So I had another idea. I will let them know that. All right, so that is that. Let me get this lock off of here, and there we go, unit back on. So let's head over to the other unit, and I got another idea. All right, so here we are at the other unit, and I printed out the parameter pages. So I am going to go ahead and I'm gonna set the internal call for cool at its lowest set point so that we can maintain continuity on these fans, and we just basically want to keep these fans running until the new unit gets here, and then we'll take this unit off and then see what we can do about it. So at the moment I want to go into these parameters, and I'm going to go into parameter parameter 1, which is set point, and then I will change that from what looks like a factory setting of 22 to a minimum value of 20. So we'll do that right now. So it says to hold this button for 5 seconds, and then you can access the parameters. There we go. And then it says to enter on ST, parameter ST. It's set at 35, so we want to lower that. Set at 35. It says to enter a code of 22. Bam. There we are. So now we want to lower that set point to 20 degrees Celsius. Yes. And then, since I'm in here, I might as well go to parameter program level number 4. Let's see, and that is ADCF. And I'm going to change that from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Bam. And then we will enter that. There we go. Now we're on Fahrenheit, boys. Now we're cooking. So we're on Fahrenheit, and we drop the value. So there it is, boys. So I'll let this reset, and then we should get our fan to cycle continuous. Since I brought the set point down to its lowest point, it's going to continue to call for cool. And that's pretty much all we can do here today, boys, until we get the other unit in, or they finish their wind and I can have access to their to these capacitors if I take this unit apart, if they so choose. to allow me to do that. So with that being said, fellas, I want to thank everybody for watching. Unfortunately, we weren't able to resolve this one with what we have at hand, and sometimes it be like that. If anybody has anything to add to that out there, I'm interested to hear what some of your solutions may or may not be. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that. I appreciate it, boys, and I will see you on the next one.